Welcome to Colonie TV, the governmental educational channel for the town of Colonie.
Welcome to Getting to Know You. My name is Joe Nash. Today we are going to be talking, once again, to Wendy Burch. She is the Executive Director of the Albany County Historical Association, which runs the Ten Broeck Mansion. So welcome yet again, Wendy.
Thank you for having me back again.
Now before we get going, tell us quick, because we were talking before we started, what is the relationship between Albany County Historical Association and Ten Broeck Mansion, just because I figured that out.
The Ten Broeck Mansion, just a slight background, was built in 1798 by General Abraham Ten Broeck. And in 1947-48, the last family to live there, the Alcotts, gave the mansion to the Albany County Historical Association that had been around since 1942. And so the Ten Broeck Mansion effectively acts as our headquarters. It's open for tours. It's interpreted to about 1845, 1850. And, we hold a lot of events there, obviously, as you know, because you've had me on.
But I mean, this is it's also, besides being a historical house, it's the headquarters for you guys.
Correct.
Okay. Now, this show is going to be on all during late September into October, probably into November. However, so we're going to be talking about a lot of events going on down at the Ten Broeck Mansion. So some of these the dates may be past you're watching, but we're going to be going right up to Christmas here. So the first thing we're going to start with, now this show, we're filming this on September 4th. It's going to be on toward the end of September. So the first thing we're going to talk about, you may only get to see this show for 4 or 5 days, but on September 21st, you're having an evening of cabaret with a burlesque twist with a local group called Charmed and Dangerous. Now, you said you had these guys last year, and just tell us what this event is. And
Sure. They're a fabulous group. As you said, we had them last year. It's outside in the gardens. We have a tent, and they do sort of a little burlesque show. It's nothing too risque, but it's interesting. It's almost like a big variety show.
Okay.
It's constant. They've got an MC, and there's constantly different little acts coming on and going off. Last year, like I said, we had about 100 people come to that, and they really had a great time. We put out little light snacks and things, and then
so it's like a little vaudeville review, more or less. All right. Well, burlesque was used as a synonym for vaudeville, I think, sometime too. All right. So that is $20 per person. That's September 21st at 7 o'clock down at the Ten Broeck Mansion, 9 Ten Broeck Place, right?
That's right. And there's plenty of parking down there.
So that one is, like I say, September. So most of the following events now are into October, right up to Christmas. So this event on Thursday night, October 17th at, there's 2 seatings, 6 and 8 p.m. This is the first time you're trying this. It's called Colonial Tavern Night. Okay, now what's the idea behind this? And
Sure. Back when we had Living History Day, we met this wonderful woman, Goodwife Robin, who's part of Rural Felicity.
The name was Goodwife Robin.
That's right. And she's done this in other venues. It's what she does is we're going to transform the mansion into an old-time colonial tavern.
Okay.
And you'll have serving wenches. There'll be music going on. Don't come if you're planning on a gourmet dinner, because this is going to be, simple stews.
You're trying to recreate,
things like that.
You're trying to recreate what you may have eaten in the 1700s, is that?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. I know we're going to be apparently toasting against the king, things like that,
Okay.
and she puts on a whole program where she talks about the different dishes and the different ways that the taverns would have been run.
Now, the servers weren't really called wenches, were they?
I know she's going to have a tavern wench that's going to be serving. So.
Now it says here. It's recommended that loyalists do not attend. So can you just talk about that a little bit? You're going to be toasting against...
I think we're all revolutionaries that night.
So this is going to be what year around? pre-revolution, obviously.
Yeah, probably 1770s or so, right around there.
Okay,
early
now
17s.
do you Good Wife? What was her?
Good Wife Robin.
Good Wife Robin. Now what do you know about what you may be serving? Do you know anything about?
Yeah, let's see. There's well, first of all, we will have some things like mead and hard cider, perhaps,
Okay.
and ale, that sort of thing. But it'll be very simple stews.
Okay, that's what they mainly had
Yeah,
back then. Okay.
and we will have some type of, probably a vegetarian option too, if that's an issue. I know back then apparently they cooked with a lot of ham, and I know not everybody eats
Okay.
ham. So, and some desserts that they would have had during that time frame. Some soup. I think we might go with some type of like pumpkin soup, that sort of
All right.
thing.
Now,
so.
can people come in costume, or do they got to stay in character?
Oh yeah, if they want to, of course, that would be a lot of fun.
And then, and Good Wife Robin is going to be the hostess, or is that?
Yeah, she'll
All right.
be explaining a lot.
Now, do you know? You may not know yet. What will you be doing to transform the mansion into a tavern? Do you know what you might be doing, or what?
Yeah, it's going to take place in the formal dining room, which if
Okay.
you've ever been there, it's sort of opulent looking,
Yeah.
but the lights will be turned down pretty low, and there'll be tables where there'll be community
Okay.
seating, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if anyone gets in a disagreement, can they challenge someone to a duel? Is that?
As long as they take it off the premises.
Okay, now you're doing this twice that night, October 17th, 2 seating, so you can come at 6 p.m. or 8 p.m., $30 per person, which includes two drinks, apparently?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. After that, you'll have to buy your drink. And we're asking for reservations because we're hoping that we'll fill up both seatings.
Okay, and then on the screen here, you'll see the phone number, and if you go to tenbroeckmansion.org, you can find information all about this. All right, and then you were saying the drinks is going to be Colonial kind of drinks?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the plan.
All right, our next event you're having, and I should say all this money is being raised to support the mansion and Albany
Yep,
County
and our
Historical.
programming.
And your programming. Now, this one you're saying you have done before in a different, or this is the first time you're doing it this way. It's called the Antique Appraisal Fair. It looks to me like it's kind of like Antiques Roadshow kind of idea.
It is, exactly. That's exactly what it's like.
And that's going to be on Saturday, October 19th, 2 to 5 p.m., but not at the mansion. This is going to be at Security Supply, 475 Central Ave. And unlike Antiques Roadshow, people, again, this is a money-raising thing, you have to pay $10 for your first appraisal, and then $8 for each additional item. Is there a limit to how many things people can bring? Not empty out your house and.
Exactly. I know that we didn't want people to bring too many items.
All right,
Because
so people can
a lot
bring
of
one or
people
two.
come, but yeah.
Okay. And what kind of items can people bring? Or maybe we should start here. Do you know what kind of appraisers you're having, or what they're experts in?
They're mostly general antique dealer kind of appraisers. So
Okay.
they should be able to appraise things of different,
Okay.
different kinds of items.
General
I
thing.
think.
Okay. What about artworks? Was that recommended, or do you know? Or?
I don't know the answer to that, but if someone does call, I can find out for sure.
All right. And then you're saying you're having 4 appraisers?
That's the plan. Yep.
And these are experts at, obviously, placing value on. And the other thing was you're asking for just any kind of antique or whatever.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. And the appraisers will be on hand, and if you have to wait for any reason, we will have refreshments available that we'll be selling too.
All right, so that's going to be Saturday, October 19th, 2 to 5 p.m. Security Supply, 475 Central Ave. It's the Antique Appraisal Fair, and all the money goes to the Albany County Historical Association. And again, it's $10 for your first item and $8 for each additional item. And again, the idea is kind of like Antiques Roadshow, but I don't think they had to pay on Antiques Roadshow, do they?
I don't know. I always assumed they did, but.
So, do you know when you did it before, what kind of stuff people brought in? Do you remember? Or?
We've had smaller things before where, like, for instance, we did a silver workshop where it really wasn't an appraisal, it was more a talk kind of about different kinds of silver, things like that.
Okay.
Or we did the same thing for, porcelain, that kind of
Okay.
thing. So
Well,
we
that's
haven't really ever done anything where you actually got a value on what you
okay.
had.
I've always thought of doing something like this at the library here, because I think this would bring out a lot of people, because people are always wanting to know what their things
Sure,
are worth.
yep.
And then, okay, now we come to the big event. I shouldn't say big event, big events. From November 29th right up to Christmas, you've got several events, and we'll talk about each one for a couple minutes. All these events are down at the Ten Broeck, down at the house. And it starts with, I didn't know there was a shop down there. The holiday shop opens on November 29th. Now, is that Black Friday?
That is Black Friday, yes.
So what is going to be available? And then the shop is open all during the holidays, right? And what kind of stuff can people buy there? Obviously, it won't be as crowded as the malls.
No, that's true. Although I wouldn't mind if it were, but no. We have a wonderful shop coordinator, one of our trustees, Bonnie Crocetta, who has been running the shop now for, I think, the past 3 years. And she works all year to find interesting handcrafted items. There's jewelry, a lot of hand-knitted types of things.
Well, it says here you got handmade cards, framed prints, herbs, spices. Now, does she go around all year trying to scope out different?
Yep, she reaches out to all kinds of different vendors and things. So.
And then how does that work? Does she just buy stuff to sell down there? Or
It's all there. No, it's all there on consignment. So,
okay.
Yep, and then they pay us a portion of the proceeds. So. It depends. Some people give 100%, and some people give the minimum amount.
But it's everything from it's probably it's the kind of thing you'd see at any kind of sort of crafts fair, more or less.
Yeah, there's more. I mean, there's more than just crafts, though.
And so, tell me, you were saying about the hours. You're going to be open on Friday, November 29th, noon to 4. But what do you have regular hours up until Christmas if people want to shop there, or how does that work?
Every special event that we do, the shop will definitely be open.
Okay.
And then I'm at the mansion pretty much during the week from 9 to 4. Quite often more hours than that, but at least. And if someone wanted to come and shop in the shop on one of these days where we didn't have a special event, all they'd have to do is call and set up basically an appointment, and I could take.
But you recommend they call. You don't want them just showing up, do you?
Well, we have a very small staff, so there's not always somebody there. So it is recommended to call.
So if you want to go to the Ten Broeck's holiday craft shop, you can just call. The number will be on the screen here. What is the number again? 436-9826?
Correct.
And then if you want to go to shopping there over and above the times it's regularly open, you can just call first. All right.
Exactly.
So now we have from December 5th right up until the 21st, we're going to talk about all your events. I think most of these are your regular yearly traditions. Is there anything new on here?
There probably isn't. We have a couple other things in the works that we might do, but I wanted to make sure that at least for a save the date kind of thing, we let people know when our regular events were.
Now, as we talk about these, why don't you can talk about each one, but maybe you can explain how each one goes the last couple of years. You can explain it. First, this is always the opener, the Champaign preview party. Monday, December 5th, 5:30 to 8:30, so you can stop there on the way home from work. How's that sound?
I don't think it's Monday. I think it's.
It says here Monday, December 5th.
That is a mistake. It's December. It is December 5th, I think, but December 5th is a Thursday.
Okay,
So
I'm sorry
about that. Nope, that's my fault.
It's Thursday, December 5th.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, right. It doesn't make sense because the next one's the 7th, and that would be a Saturday. All right, so Thursday, December 5th, 5:30 to 8:30. Stop on the way home from work. Champaign preview party. So. Tell me what that is, and what can people preview?
Yeah, well, that is our major fundraiser for the year. Basically, what happens is we have a bunch of decorators come in, a lot of garden clubs, and they decorate the mansion for the holidays. And the first opportunity to really see it decorated is at the preview party.
Oh, okay.
So it's a big party this year. Our honoree is Keith Bennett, who is our past president. He's done so much for the organization. And so people can come. Usually we don't have much entertainment, but this year we're actually going to have some a jazz musician come in and perform.
Now, when you say different decorators do something, what are each?
They usually take a room. So we usually have a tree in every room, and they take. So we provide the trees, and in some cases the wreaths, and then they use their unlimited talent and expertise to.
And how many rooms, how many decorators do you have?
It varies. We usually have somewhere between 7 to 11 decorating groups that.
All right, so people can go around to the rooms, see the different decorations, how they all do it.
Our theme this year is Once Upon a Time at Ten Broeck Mansion, so that's sort of a fairy tale theme.
All right, so that's Thursday, December 5th, 5:30 to 8:30. Now, how much does that cost?
That costs $70 a person, and as I said, it's our
okay.
main fundraiser.
This is your main fundraiser for the whole year, though. And, okay, and you can go around and see all the decorations. It must look nice, all lit up for the holidays.
It is. It's always really beautiful.
Okay. Now, the next event, Saturday, December 7th, noon to 4, again down at the mansion, the holiday open house. Now, that sounds pretty self-explanatory, but maybe you could explain what will be going on besides.
Yeah, we charge $5 for admission to come to that, and $1 for children.
Okay.
And usually it's just a chance to kind of see the decorations, shop in the holiday shop. We usually have some local choirs come in and perform, so it's just kind of
people can just walk around, see the rooms. Are there formal tours, or can they just walk around on their own?
Not necessarily. We usually have volunteers in the different rooms.
People can walk around, see all the holiday decorations, and
Santa Claus will be there.
Santa
too.
Claus will be there, and they'll be singing. Okay, and it's only $5.
That's right.
Okay, that's Saturday, December 7th, noon to 4. The next one up is the holiday tea on Saturday, December 14th, 1 to 4:30. There's two different seatings. Or I'm sorry. One at 1 o'clock, 1 to 4:30.
Well, the first seating's at 1, and I think the second seating is at 2:30. That's usually how we do it.
1 and 2:30, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, all this will be on the website in case we're making a few mistakes here. But tell us about the holiday tea. Do you try to do it like a Colonial?
No, it's more of a high tea, very fancy high tea. So we've been doing this for several years now.
Yes. And is that always very popular?
It is, yes. It's pretty popular. We've set out small little tables for people, and then the actual refreshments are in the dining room, so you kind of self-serve yourself, except that we usually have someone pouring the tea. And the refreshments are always fantastic. Our volunteers that put them together just do an amazing job.
So it's like a high tea if you were like in a Jane Austen novel or something.
Yeah, kind of like that.
And how much is the holiday tea?
$20 a person.
Okay, that one is $20 a person. Okay. Saturday, December 14th at 1 and 2:30. Can you just show up or to call ahead? Or?
I think we're requiring reservations on that.
So you want reservations you probably want reservations for most of these. Now the next one I've noticed has been on here the last couple of years. Saratoga Opera comes down again. How many years in a row has this been?
Oh gosh, 6 years maybe.
6 or 7 years. Okay, that's going to be on Sunday, December 15th, from 2 to 4:30. Now, Saratoga Opera they're a well thought of opera group.
I think so. Yep.
Do you know yet? Do they usually do Christmas things, or they do previews of next summer's things? Or
they mix it up. They'll do a little opera. They'll do a little show tunes. They'll do a little holiday type stuff.
So they do a little of everything. Okay, that'll be good. You can satisfy the different people in your audience.
Yeah.
And they do some Christmas songs too. Is that?
Usually they'll do something holiday related.
All right. So a little opera, a little show tunes, and a little Christmas. And how much is that one?
That's $25.
Okay, that one's $25 to see Saratoga Opera, but like I say, they're a well-regarded opera group. Sunday, December 15th, 2 to 4:30. You can go to the website. Can people make reservations for any of these on the website, or?
Yeah, we usually have it on the website.
Okay, the next one, Friday, December 20th, Christmas traditions. All right.
That's something that we started doing a couple years ago. We were going to, originally was envisioned as doing every year a different maybe ethnic tradition.
Okay.
And then it's just sort of evolved into just Christmas traditions where it's sort of you come, there's sort of a buffet dinner, and they do a lot of caroling.
Now, do you because of the Ten Broeck and everything, does this involve a lot of Dutch traditions, or is it Christmas in
Not
general?
necessarily. We've done Italian, we've done German, and now, like I said, it's just sort of evolved into, caroling and just enjoying food.
So you have
and having a good time.
a whole range of Christmas traditions there. Now, is Santa Claus at this one too?
I have to think if he's coming to most.
I know
of them.
he always shows up at many of these, doesn't he?
Yeah, he comes to most of them.
And that is going to be Friday, December 20th. 5:30 to 9 p.m. And how much are tickets for that one?
$20.
Okay, that one's $20. Now the next one, Children's Story Hour, on Saturday, December 21st, 10:30 a.m. to noon. That's an early one. Now, this is, again, something you've done every year. Tell us what they do
We've
with
been
this.
doing this
or-
for several years, and the first year, 10 kids showed up, and then the next year 20 kids showed up.
Okay.
And this past year, I think we had over 50 kids come, I think. And what it is Santa Claus is there.
Okay.
He reads some stories. We play some games, and
Are they Christmas stories or a little?
we usually do the Grinch. We usually do the Baker's Dozen, which is a story that actually originated in Albany, New York. We usually do 'Twas the Night Before Christmas too.
Okay, I think I know. He's been here telling that story here about the Baker's Dozen.
Okay.
The author, I can't think of his name now, Peter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. They think it originated in Albany. Is that the?
I usually just tell everyone it originated in Albany.
Okay, so that's Children's Story Hour.
And that's a free event.
A free event. Okay, very good. Saturday, December 21st, 10:30 in the morning. Again, can you just show up for that one because it's
You
free?
can,
Okay.
yep.
Children's Story Hour with Cinder Claus. Now the next one is the one it always gets my interest. Holiday Madrigals. Now, what group are you having this year? Is this the same group?
It's the Helderberg Madrigal Singers.
Before you tell me about it, though, I'll just say that's the same day as Children's Story Hour, Saturday, December 21st, but that's going to be 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Yep.
And then, I'm sorry, what was the group? Was
The Helderberg Madrigal Singers.
okay, and this is their whatever time coming. They've been there many times. Is that
6 or 7 times, I think.
okay?
they've
And
been
they're
there.
always is that always a popular?
It's very popular, yeah.
Okay.
People really
and-
enjoy it, and we put out these amazing desserts, coffee
Okay.
and desserts, so
And how much is tickets for that one?
that one's 20.
Okay, that was also $20. Well, it sounds like during the holiday season, is this your major fundraising for the whole year besides your?
This is the big thing, yeah. I mean, we do a lot of small fundraisers throughout the year, but this is kind of the big thing. If we're going to go to the trouble of getting the mansion decorated, we want to, give everyone a chance to come and see it and enjoy it.
Now, do you know? I don't know if you keep track of these things. How many visitors did you have this year?
Let's see. Last year we had close to 500 people come through the mansion during the month of December.
Oh, okay. I mean, for all
various things.
Okay.
And then we had, the other thing too is that, if you want to come and see the mansion with a group, you can set up a tour and we can take you through. We even do a lunch and tour package that we can usually make arrangements for. We just about a couple weeks ago, we had a group of Red Hat ladies come and they
Okay.
did a little tea in the mansion that we were able to provide.
Now, do you have regular tour hours, or is it best to?
By the time December hits, it's usually by appointment.
Okay. So it's tenbroeckmansion.org. There's events on all these. I'll just recap all these really quick. On September 21st well, it starts at 7, but it says here the show starts at dark. Okay, $20 per person. It's an evening of cabaret and burlesque by a local group called Charmed and Dangerous. And then we have, and as I'm saying, people watching these events, some may or may not have happened because this show's going to be on all during October, November, or end of September, October, November. Thursday, October 17th, 2 seatings, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Colonial Tavern night, and that is $30 per person, and you get 2 drinks, and it's going to be food and drink, sort of if you were in an 18th century colonial tavern, and with serving wenches and everything.
That's right.
And it's by
Good Wife Robin.
Good Wife Robin. I was thinking of Robin Goodfellow, but that's a whole other thing. And again, another big event, October 19th, 2 to 5 p.m. at Security Supply at 475 Central Avenue. They're having Albany County Historical Association. They're sponsoring Antique Appraisal Fair, which is, again, like Antiques Roadshow, only you have to pay because it's a fundraiser. It's $10 for your first appraisal and $8 for each additional item, and they're going to have 4 different appraisers, and you can bring in any kind of antiques and get a value placed on it, according to these guys. You never know with these things. And then we have all the holiday events that lead right up to Christmas. The holiday shop opens on November 29th. You can get all kinds of homemade crafts there, decorations, jewelry, cards, frame prints, herbs, and spices. That's November 29th, noon to 4. but then it's opened during all the events I'm talking about. The shop is always open. Now, is your shop always a big money maker for you guys, or?
We sell a lot of items in the shop.
Okay. So if the holiday events, Champaign Preview Party on Thursday, December 5th, 5:30 to 8:30. And then you can remind me the price of all these as I go down.
Okay, that's $70 a person.
Okay, that's $70. However, all the rooms are decorated, and this is the biggest money raiser, the biggest fundraiser you have for the whole year. So this would be a good event to sponsor if you could go to that. Holiday open house, Saturday, December 7th, noon to 4. You can walk around, see all the rooms decorated, see the mansion, and it's holiday glory, and that is $5 a person, $1 for kids.
Yep.
Holiday tea, Saturday, December 14th. There's 2 seatings, 1 o'clock and 2:30. And
That's $20
That was
a
$20 per person. All these events you can reserve spots for online. Saratoga Opera, a well-regarded local opera group. Sunday, December 15th, 2 to 4:30.
$25.
$25. They're going to be doing some opera, some show tunes, and some holiday music. Christmas Traditions, Friday, December 20th, 5:30 to 9 p.m. That was $20.
Yep.
And that's food and other Sinterklaas and all that stuff. Okay. And I notice you have a lot of these start at 5:30 during the week. People can just stop on the way home from work. That
Yep,
might be a
definitely.
good Children's Story Hour with Sinterklaas yet again. Saturday, December 21st, 10:30 in the morning to noon. That's free. And there's going to be, besides stories for kids, games, and kids can run around. How's that sound? And then Holiday Madrigals with what was the name of the group
The
again?
Helderberg
Okay.
Madrigal Singers.
The Helderberg Madrigal Singers on Saturday, December 21st, 2 to 4:30, and that was $20.
Correct.
And that is, from what you've told me every year, a really wonderful group. So, Wendy, anything else about the Ten Broeck Mansion you'd like to mention here? Because this show's going to be on all fall into Christmas.
Just that, as I said, if you want to arrange a tour at some point, give us a call or email, and especially if you want to do a special luncheon tour, you can always call and we can try and arrange something.
Okay. So you can bring down your own group, for your family or whatever.
Yep.
And like I say, there's usually someone down there. But always call ahead first, right?
That's right.
All
We're a
right.
very small staff, so.
All right, so it's tenbroeckmansion.org. You can read about all these events, and we hope to see you down at the mansion. And we'll see you next time on Getting to Know You.